Hello everyone, my name is Ronak and you're watching Vecto Art. So in today's video, we'll learn how to create a login design, a sign up UI in Visual Studio Blend using WPF. So without any further ado, let's get started. Also, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe to my channel. So let's start by creating a new project in Visual Studio Blend. So let's click on create a new project and make sure you select WPF using .NET Framework. I have the template in the recent project templates, but you can go ahead and search in the search bar. Next, click on the next button, then give this project a name and finally click on create. Also, if you want the source code, you can go to the video description and download the source code from GitHub. So next, let's go to Tools, NuGet Package Manager, Manage NuGet Packages. All the images that I have used in this video are available in icons8.com. You can download it from the description. Now let's look for handy controls in the browse search bar and select the second package. Select the project and click on install. Let's click on OK and accept the terms and conditions, and the package will now be installed. Once the package is installed, it will open a readme file which will help you in further implementing the package in this code. Let's wait for the package to be installed. So it says it is successfully installed, and now you can see it has opened a readme file. Now you can also see that it is available in the installed tab. So let's copy this template that they have provided, the resource dictionary. So let's copy that and go to the Solution Explorer and open the app.xaml file and paste the code here. Let's move it to the next line and also copy the namespace and paste it in the window.xaml file, main window.xaml file. So let's open the main window.xaml file and go to the namespaces and paste it. That's it. Now let's go to controls, all controls, and you will see a whole lot of controls that are newly added here, and these are all the handy controls, customized controls, and the documentation for that is also there in the description. You can go to that link and check out all the controls that handy controls provide. So in this video I'll be using a few of them, like the text box, the password box. Now let's build this project. And while the project is building, let's select the window and change the allow transparency checkbox to true. This will remove the form borders. And now let's change the background color of the window. So let's go to the background and remove the background. Now we'll have to add a rectangle on the grid. So let's select the grid and select the rectangle and draw a rectangle on the grid. Let's move the rectangle to the center. Okay, now let's add a logo to this window. So let's select let's search for an image box in the controls. Okay, so let's type in image and select the image control. Draw the image control on the top left corner, position it, and then go to properties. Go to properties and then source, and select the image that you have downloaded from your sources. Here I have downloaded all these images and icons from icons8.com. You can go to the description and you'll find a link to download the icons. Also, if you want the same icons, you can go to the GitHub repository and download the source code. Now that I have resized and changed the fill, next I have to add the buttons. So let's add two buttons. Let's start with the first one. So let's draw a button on the bottom left corner and right click, and then let's change the button template. So right click and edit, so right click and edit template, edit a copy. So click on OK, and now let's delete all the borders that we have. So let's just retain the simple panel that we have. So any child element of the simple panel will just delete them. So let's delete that and select the sample panel and draw a rectangle inside it. Now let's select the rectangle, go to properties and change the stroke to a light shade of gray. Okay, now let's add an image box inside it, inside the panel, and resize that. Position it and then go to properties and change the source. Okay, also let's change the stretch property to none and resize the image. Let's position the image inside the panel, and now let's add a text block below this image. So let's select a text block and draw it below the image that we added. Let's change the text of the text block to sign up, or this one should be sign in, and let's go to properties and change the alignment to center. Now let's go back to the window by clicking on the arrow and make a copy of this button that we created. So yeah, let's move the sign in to the top and sign up to the bottom. So now let's edit the template of the second button that we have. Right click and edit template, edit a copy again. Right click, edit template and edit a copy. Click on OK and change the image source. And change the text block text. Okay, that's done. So let's go back to the window, and now let's draw a rectangle next to the buttons. Okay, now let's add an image box inside the rectangle and go to properties and change the source to the first image that we have. Okay, now let's place that image on the right hand corner. Okay, and let's select the rectangle, go to properties and use the eyedropper tool and select the same color as the image that we added. Now next, let's run this application and see it in action once before we proceed further. Okay, so yeah, I think we have to get rid of the rectangle borders. So let's stop the application. Select the rectangle, go to properties and remove the stroke. Now let's go group the rectangle and the image to a grid and name it as accordingly. Now let's make a copy of it and paste it inside the grid and rename it. So this will be the image for the sign up, the second image, and the first group is for sign in and the second group is for sign up. So let's change the image for the sign up and move it to the center, and also change this color of the rectangle that matches to the image. So let's select the color using the eyedropper and done. So we have two images now. One is for sign in and the second is for the sign up. So let's add a text block inside the sign in group. Increase the size of the text block. Add the text. Select the text and change the foreground color to white. Change the font weight to bold and change the font size to 20 points. So that's done. Let's add a text block inside the sign up group as well. So let's select the sign up group and make the sign in pic hidden and make the sign up pic visible now so that we can make the changes and see them. So let's add a text block inside the sign up group, expand it and then change the text. Okay, so let's select the text and change the font size to 20 points, change it to bold and change the foreground color to white. Now let's focus on the form controls, and those will be the text box, password box, the email box and the button. So now let's start first by adding a label or a text block on top. Okay, we are done adding the text. Okay, so next we'll add a text box. For that we will go to the handy controls. Let's look for the text box here. So let's go now to the link that I've provided in the description. where we have all the sample codes for handy controls. So let's go to that, and here you can see that the detailed description about the controls is given, each control, how to use them, and they also provide the code snippets for that. So let's copy that code snippet and paste it inside the grid, inside the main grid, and let's close the angle brackets and resize the text box. So this text box has the placeholder text, also it has a title on top. So let's resize it, change the placeholder content and the title. So let's start by changing the title to say username and the placeholder text to my username. Okay, let's next we'll copy this text box and paste it. Before that, let's remove the spacing that we have. Let's copy this and paste it. Okay, now let's change the placeholder text to email ID and title to email. Let's change the placeholder text to email at email to your email at gmail.com. Okay, now we'll have to add a password box. So for that, I think we'll have to get rid of this text box that we have added. Instead, we will make use of the control that Handy Controls has provided. So let's go to the documentation and click on the password box, and we'll find the documentation for that, and also a code snippet. So let's copy that code snippet and paste it. Let's resize the password box. Okay, and yeah, so let's now change the title to password, change the placeholder text to my password, okay. Now if last thing that is remaining for the sign up UI is the button. Before that, let's add these two properties, show I button equal to true and show clear button equal to true. So now when you run the application, you will see that the password box has these features, attributes, which will allow you to clear the password, and also it will allow you to show the password. So this works perfectly fine. So let's stop the application and let's proceed further. Before that, let's change the font properties of the text block that we had. We'll just see if it what looks best. So I guess we will retain the old formatting of the text. Before that, let's add a button. Go to properties and select the color from the image that we have, and change the foreground color to white and change the content to sign in. And now before we move to the sign up form, let's change the text block properties that we added on top. Let's make the sign in visible. Okay, so let's select the text block on top and remove the bold and change the foreground color to a light shade of gray. Yeah, and also let's change the alignment. Let's align it to the username. Now let's select all the form controls that we added and group it into a grid. Give it a name as sign in, since it is for sign in. Let's make a copy of the group and hide the controls for sign up and make the sign in controls visible. Let's make the changes now for the sign in group, which we just made a copy, and remove the user name text box and move the email and password and the button up. Also, we'll have to make the changes to the button. So this will be the sign up button. Okay, so we are done with the design. So let's set up the form for the initial stage, that is I mean when you run the application, what will be the startup stage. So let's set up that. So let's select the sign up group and go to properties and change the visibility to hidden. And also let's go to the sign up form controls and change the visibility to hidden. So this will be our start screen, and this is what you will see when you run the application. Now let's add a storyboard, and on the first keyframe let's add a keyframe for all the 4 controls, all the 4 groups basically. So on the 0.5 frame, let's make the sign in group move out of the window. So let's select that group and let's start changing the position of that group. Next, we will move the form control group for sign in out of the window or out of the grid. So let's move that as well. And for the sign up pick and the sign up form controls, we will make them visible on the 0.5 frame. In the 0th keyframe they were hidden, and on the 0.5 keyframe we are making it visible. And same goes for the form controls, we are making it visible. So let's run that animation, and you can see that the sign in controls go out of the window or out of the scope, and the sign up windows and picks become visible. So now let's add one more storyboard, and this time we will start from where we left off in the storyboard 1. So in the storyboard 1, our sign in controls were out of the window area, and sign up were visible. So let's make the sign up controls visible on the first keyframe, and the sign in controls were out of the window in the last keyframe. So here we are going to start from that point. So on the first keyframe they will be out of the window, the sign up will be visible. And on the 0.5 keyframe, sorry, I forgot to change the I button back to visible. Okay, so this was the last position of our storyboard 2. So we are starting from there, and on the 0.5 keyframe we are going to go back to the first position, that is bringing the sign in controls inside. Bringing the sign in controls inside and making the sign up controls hidden on the second keyframe. If you are not following my words, then I think you can pause the video or make the video playback slower and follow the mouse cursor. So I have moved the sign in controls inside the form on the second keyframe, that is the 0.5 keyframe, and I will make the sign up controls hidden on the 0.5 keyframe. I think if I run the application now or run the storyboard, the animation is not working as expected. That is because for the sign up controls I have to make them hidden before the sign in controls get in. So I have to add a keyframe on the 0.1 second. So that's it guys. Now all that is left is to add triggers on the buttons. So select the sign in button first, go to triggers, select the window load, change it to button, change it to button click, and delete the second storyboard. Add one more event, and this time select the second button that we have, that is the sign up, and change the event to click and load the second storyboard. So that's it guys. Hope you all liked watching this video. Please do subscribe to my channel, that means a lot, and make sure you click on the bell icon for upcoming videos. Thank you guys. Bye bye.